All right.
How's everyone doing?
I'm really
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. We've been in lockdown, what?
Where are we?
3 months?
There we go. The fake's going.
It feels like it's been 3 years.
I know.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, how have you guys held up, though?
Yeah, the best you can, really. I mean, haven't cut my hair and ever. Probably. I think about doing it and I don't end up doing it. But yeah, it's literally just me sitting here getting bored of video games. That's literally it. Like, I never thought in a million years that I could get bored of Minecraft or anything else, but it's happening.
Since we're here and we're doing this, I guess we'll start off with talking about how I guess this has had such an impact on the educational system. I mean, the response to COVID-19 has, of course, had a tremendous impact on the educational system. It's not just here, but across the world. And there's so many students like us that are doing their schoolwork from home. How's that been working for you guys? Like, do you think it's better, worse?
I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. It's like, it doesn't. The thing that teachers are having a hard time, like, really teaching. You can't teach through the online, like, work and all that. Like, it's very difficult, and YouTube videos just don't work for me, and they don't work for a lot of students. And I don't know. There's a big difference between, like, being in front of a teacher and watching them, like, right on the board, tell you what you're doing, giving you a sheet, and then being able to ask them questions. That's the main thing. Because it's harder to ask questions online, especially when, like, you're gonna have a hard time explaining what you're talking about. Like, it's so much more difficult to explain, like, a math equation to a teacher and not being able to just show them. And not everybody has the tools to just, like, take a screenshot and, like, include that in their message. Like, it's just more difficult, and the assignments that we're getting are more difficult. At least for me in my classes, they're more difficult.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, every student has their way of learning. Like you said, some have to physically be there to be able to retain that much information. Like me, I'm one of those people. I have to be physically in a classroom, ready to learn, to want to learn. So the fact that I'm at home and there's so many distractions, I'm just not focused. I can't really retain any of the information. It's not for me.
I can't really do it. The thing is, the worst part about it is that I'm a very big procrastinator, and they have to give you like a while to do these assignments. Like, they have to set a due date, so they set a due date for, like, the weekend, and I'm just like, oh, I don't need to do this right now, so I don't. And then I completely screw myself over because it's Saturday and I have a week's worth of work to do. Yeah. That's my own fault. Yeah. Like, a lot of people are gonna have that struggle. I'm definitely not alone there. And I'm trying to kick that habit, especially since it's totally possible that we're gonna start our senior year like this too.
Yes. Is there any way, like, say they could improve it? Do you think it could potentially, in the future, be a sufficient alternative or an evolution of education even after lockdown is over?
I mean, online school's always been a thing, ever since, like, the internet kind of evolved, and it works for certain people. Like, I have multiple friends that I play with all the time that are like a couple friends. They're online school, and they need online school because they have social anxiety, they have issues, and they can't get to school, and like, they need that stuff, and they are much more comfortable doing online work. But that's not everyone. That's a very minute amount of people, honestly. And most people want that social interaction, want to be at school. I don't know if online is always a good alternative for an event like this. Like, obviously, we definitely need to be doing online when there's a pandemic like this or an event like this,
Yeah.
But it's definitely not a permanent solution. It definitely is only in a matter of crisis or a matter of, like, a matter of situation.
Well, Jason, you've been pretty quiet.
Yeah. What do you think, Jason? What's your take on it?
Well, it's a good alternative if it's ever needed, but like, it shouldn't be like the number one choice that you should have, because like you said, you don't get that social interaction with the teachers, and like, you can't ask the questions for like a direct answer if you need it. I feel like now everybody can just like send the answers to a quiz or something, but like, I mean, the teachers are putting that out there themselves by just doing that. But I mean, like, it happens every day, the answers being shared. But like, if it's your only like option for school, then yeah, do it. But like, if you have the choice to go in, then go in. Like, it's better to be in there for like 5 hours a day than to just be at home like for 2, not obtaining any knowledge. Because like, I know I haven't been doing that, but like I've been trying to. Like, when I'm being told I need to read something, like if I'm going to read something, I don't want it to be like, oh, you read these 2 chapters. Like, then I don't want to read those 2 chapters, because like, I know I'm being like, I was going to do it, but now I don't like want to.
I mean, since we're doing this specific project for obviously television, do you think that it's important for Avon TV to continue to provide these opportunities for students to create and like share videos like this, where we can communicate, especially during a time like this?
Yeah, like, oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial, but like, it would be hard to keep people to keep watching it if they're being occupied by other stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause like, I don't like if someone put our projects out, no one would be like, oh, I'm just gonna watch this, like, because I have nothing to do. Like, there's Netflix and stuff. It's like, I mean, like, people get sidetracked all the time too.
Yeah. It's definitely like, I think we should be posting like maybe not like our projects per se, but maybe we should have like we should do like an at-home news, like our TV program should be doing at-home news and stuff, just for that, like, I don't know, just mainly, and not for it to be about like world topics. I'm sure you cover that too, but nobody could be there for the world topics. We should be doing those and just be doing updates on students in the Avon community. And one thing I thought about, obviously the seniors aren't getting their graduation like they should be, but maybe we could do some form of online graduation, like a Zoom meeting or something, like and record it for everybody to see. It was kind of like this, like an Avon TV. We could try to set that up. I don't know. It's nice to know what's going on with the school and know what's going on with the students in it.
Yeah, I agree. And definitely what you were saying about the substitution for like graduation for seniors. I know that means so much to a lot of seniors at Avon, and it would really, really suck for them if they didn't get some sort of opportunity to make that up, because it's once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, you don't get another graduation, like high school graduation. Obviously, college graduation is somewhat similar, kind of, but it's a different feeling, for sure.
I know everyone in our class is watching this. I just wanted to take a moment for all of us to thank our healthcare professionals and essential workers for everything that they've been doing to keep our country moving and just providing us with essential services. I know these people are risking so much when they're putting themselves out there, so I just feel like it's really important that they know that people are just super appreciative right now all across the country of what they're doing. And I just wanted to say thank you for them.
Mm-hmm.
I will second that, for sure.
Yep. So another thing would be like, how would people be keeping occupied during this time? Because like how would that be different for other people, do you guys think?
I mean, obviously, talking about my own personal experience, my mom's still going into work. She doesn't work with a lot of people, so she's able to go in, and like take care of herself. She only works for like one other person, so it's very. She can go in. Not exactly no issue, but it's much more contained. My dad is stuck at home for sure, and his company that he works for actually kind of struggling too with the whole coronavirus thing, and the economic the impact on the economy that it's going to be, especially if it lasts longer than expected. If this goes past May, like into June and July, and farther even, like there's projections going to August that we might be like in quarantine till August. And if that happens, I don't think there's a lot of companies that aren't going to survive, and I feel like my dad's work might be one of those. I'm sure a bunch of people watching this or any students can relate to that. Your parents are having an issue keeping your they're gonna have issues keeping their jobs. They're gonna have issues finding their jobs, especially during at this time. So I don't know. This could be really difficult.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, everyone is in a different situation, especially like what you were saying, Jason. Like going back to the question, or the root of it is no, that wasn't
again.
But like just like in terms of staying occupied, I know it's different for everyone, like you said, Macsen. There are some people who are considered essential workers who are still being able to provide for their families and go to work every day. And then I know there's a lot of people who have been laid off, like you were saying. And as for their daily lives, it must be tremendously different to what it was before. And it's obviously a much more worrying time for them because I'm assuming that they don't know if they're going to have money to be able to purchase food, like you said. And also, a lot of people, like, I know, like, they have children, and if they don't know how to cook, that's of course going to hurt them big time, and they're going to have to order food, and they're going to have that delivered. And just like what you were saying, it makes complete sense, and it's definitely different for everyone, and much more difficult for certain people.
I mean, I still have to go into work because I mean we're a restaurant and we're only doing carry out, but like it's not that big of a deal when you're not the one who's buying the food, because you're not worrying about like, oh, I need to make sure that I don't touch this with my bare hands before I wash them, because you don't think about that like when you're not the one who's actually buying it. Because like I watch the food go and I'm like, and I just see the people that take it out. I'm like, why are they wearing gloves and all this stuff? I'm like, because it just doesn't make sense to me, like why they're actually taking that many precautionary measures. Because like I'm still going.
It's just due to strangers. You never know what's going on, like what someone might have. It doesn't matter if they have corona or not. You don't want to get sick at all because you don't want everybody in your house or everybody looking at you like, oh no, you have corona. Oh no, you have something. That's all I can really say.
All about being safe, just making sure you, your family, and your friends are safe, and being clean.
Have you guys had, like, anybody in your family ever had like a scare during quarantine of like them thinking that they had corona, them thinking they had COVID-19?
Yeah, actually, around 2.5 weeks before, like we were told not to come to school, my entire family was sick. I mean, we obviously knew it wasn't coronavirus, which it wasn't. It was just the flu. But
we knew you were sick.
Yeah, because you were gone.
Yeah, I was gone like almost 2 weeks, pretty much, and that's what it was. We were so deadly sick, and there were a few members of my family that really thought that, hey, what if it could be COVID? But we knew that wasn't an option at the time, but we got it checked out anyways, and luckily it was just the flu. But yeah, definitely, it's a bit of a scare for some people.
I don't think I've had anybody, but like, you never know, because people go without the symptoms for so long.
It could be asymptomatic, totally possible. I mean, possible my whole family had it, were asymptomatic. But actually, a few days ago, my sister went out to a store and like she went to Big Lots and had to get stuff. And she came into, like, someone came up to her and, like, was talking to her directly in her face and, like, was not wearing anything. Like, it was this old lady who was, who had no mask on, no nothing. And then a few days, like, a couple days later, she got sick. Like, she was sick with, like, a flu or some kind of fever. And we were worried that due to that big last interaction, she might have gotten COVID. But she beat it. It was just like a 1 day, day and a half fever. And so we don't think it was, just because it lasted like barely any time. And the incubation period wasn't really long enough. Like, it wasn't long enough from when she went to that store to when she got sick. That I don't know. I just don't. We haven't gotten her tested, but she's fine right now. So I just figured she didn't have it. But it was definitely worrying because she showed all the symptoms. It was weird.
Yeah, like, one of my favorite soccer players in England, his name's Callum Hudson-Odoi, but that's, like, his name doesn't really matter, but he said that he got it and he was fine after 2 or 3 days. Like, he went out on an Instagram post and he was like, I've been okay for like 2 or 3 days. I haven't had any fever, any symptoms so far, but he was still on his quarantine part.
Obviously, and you can still carry it even after you're sick.
Yeah,
you really
yeah.
want to be like in quarantine for at least a couple weeks afterward. Yeah, I mean that was all that really happened to me. It was pretty. I look back on it kind of laughing because it was kind of stupid to be so scared of her having it, but you know. You never know at this point, and there's so much. I don't know nearly enough about the virus to know exactly what happened when you did it and what happened afterwards. So,
Yeah, very true.
stay safe. I like to say thank you to like all my teachers, Miss Tower, all my other teachers, just doing their best to like be helpful and make get their assignments out and teach everybody like the best to their ability. It's definitely difficult. Yeah. We have to. We gotta respect that. I mean, it's not the teacher's fault. It's nobody's fault. That any of this happened, and that like all of this is difficult, you know. So.
Yep.
I guess thanks for doing this, guy. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye. And it already is really difficult, but it's gonna get worse. And yeah, I mean, but what was the question again? It was like, how are you gonna keep yourself entertained?